Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode 241 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass, a.k.a. the B-Man, the People's Degenerate. The double text. Have you ever sent the dreaded double text? Back to back, belly to belly. She or he has not returned your message. You can't get that person out of your head. And you want to send a second text or Snapchat or whatever it is, way in which you two are communicating. Although it's quickly turned into you communicating without the babe or the chat or whatever your sexuality is. There's a person you've been messaging. Maybe you've never even met this person. Maybe you met on a dating app, not met in person, but that's how you start connecting. Maybe social media, maybe in class or work, a Teams call, whatever it is. Maybe LinkedIn, if you're sneaky like that, wherever it is, you're communicating via text, via DMs, and you send a message, and you want to double text, but everybody on the internet is telling you best not send that double text because that is a sign of desperation. You lose all power that you might have had when you send the double text. But that's all you want to do because whoever that person is, that babe, that Chad, and I'm telling you something, that person's a chud. That person's a void. But you think they're a babe. You think they're a Chad. You just don't know them well enough to know that it's a chud or a void. But at this exact moment, that person that you want to double text, because you want to continue the communication because at some point, you want to nibble on that person's genitals. Right? You want to find out what those genitals are all about. And that's what you're yearning to the double text. She hasn't responded in a few days. Has she seen the message? Has she not? Of course she's seen the message. Everyone has their phone on them 24/7. They sleep. Hey, we used to have teddy bears. Now people sleep holding their phone in the fetal position. They spoon their phone. That's how much we're into our phones. So of course she or he saw your message. They're not interested. And that's why everyone on the internet is telling you not to double text. And I don't really care about the text message. Hey, I say double text. What irritates me, though, is that everybody on the internet loves to tell you how to live your life, what to do, what not to do, how to act, how not to act, how to proceed in life. I'm here to tell you, the B-Man, I don't know how you should live your life. I don't know how I should live my life. Look at this. Look at this backdrop. Smut novels from the 1970s. I thought this would gain me attention via the internet. It has not. I love these books. I love smut, so I'm going forward with it. I didn't listen to anybody. I did what I like to do. I did what I wanted to do. I want you to send that double text. I'm not going to tell you to send a double text because I agree with the internet. Everyone on the internet who tells you when you send a double text, that lowers your sexual market value. It shows a desperation, neediness. That's all true. But they don't tell you, the internet that tells you not to send a double text, they don't tell you what happens if you never send a double text. Because sometimes you got to initiate your will, be forceful. Not physically, but you got to force your will on that person with the genitals that you want to fiddle. Again, this goes either sex, either way. What I'm saying, the internet doesn't tell you. Sometimes you wait to get the message back, and that message back never comes. And maybe she or he, or whomever it may be, that you were interested in, was actually also interested in you. But then their life got hectic, and somehow, they saw the message, And they're kind of, there might have been something there, but you listen to the internet and you don't send a double text. You don't pick up the phone and call. All right, you don't Snapchat. You don't do any of that. No DMs. And you just wait there. And then you get cancer. You were waiting there 8 years, waiting for a message back, not sending a double text to try to garner her attention or whomever it may be. Let's just say her because I'm a guy and I'm into the babes. So you're waiting for her attention. And while you're waiting, while you're not double texting, time goes by. And time is cruel. Father time always wins. You get cancer of the left ball. Not the right ball, your left ball. And that's the ball you don't want to get cancer in because that's the ball that hangs lower. That is the dominant ball. Of the two balls in your sack, the left one's the dominant one. That's the one. If one of them has to get cancer, you want the right one, not the left one. I don't know if that's true or not. I just know with me, my left ball hangs lower. So in my mind, there's probably more in that ball, more semen, more testosterone, more mass, right? It hangs lower, so it must be heavier, which means there's more matter in that ball. So to me, like, that's the more important ball. But while you're waiting to send that double text, because you're listening to the internet, they tell you not to do it, so you don't do it. But the internet doesn't tell you, well, while you're waiting, and not sending that second message, you might get cancer. For me, maybe it's your left ball. For you, maybe it's like pancreas. Maybe it's breast cancer. I don't know. Maybe you get vagina cancer. Maybe you get run over by a car. Or a car runs over your foot. You got to get your foot amputated. And then you do double text. And then the babe on the other side says, yeah, let's go out. But then you go out. And then she doesn't realize that while you were waiting all that time to double text, you lost your left foot. And she tells you, like, look, I liked you when you had 2 feet. But 1 foot, like my house is not handicap. It's not handicap proof or friendly. So like this relationship isn't going to go. It can't work. My living conditions are not conducive to a 1-footed man. Now, if you had sent me a double text right away and we had gone out before you had injured your foot, I might have entertained you in a relationship with you. So your hesitation because the internet made you lose out on a potential touching of the genitals of somebody else that you fancied. So but this isn't about the second text. This is just a metaphor I'm using for the internet telling you what to do. Because that's all the internet does. They tell you what to do or what not to do. Don't double text. Don't go to college. Go to the trades. Everything. Don't read books. Right? The internet. Don't read books. Don't go to college. Don't get married. Get married early. Have kids before you lose your eggs. Right? Don't work for the corporation. The corporation doesn't care about you. They'll fire you as soon as they can. You're just a number on an Excel spreadsheet. Now, everything the internet says, there's a lot of validity to it. But what kind of irks me is that that's all the internet does. It's telling you what to do, when to do it, what not to do, when not to do it. And this is how you should live your life. But nobody on the internet knows you. All I know is the B-man. So I tell you what to do, but it's very facetious. It's very sarcastic. I just think I want to go to the internet. I just want to pull out a fuck you out of my back pocket. Fuck you. Maybe I will go to college. Right? Maybe I will go back and get another degree and go into debt. That's another one. Don't go into debt. Don't get a mortgage. Right? Don't invest in the stock market. Everything's overvalued. The dollar's losing value. Everything's being pumped up. Don't invest in AI. It's a bubble. The internet, no. How do you know AI is a bubble? Well, here's a 200-character tweet that explains why AI is a bubble and is going to collapse within the next 6 months. The internet it's too cocky. It's too cocky. It's too arrogant Somebody's got to kick the internet in the balls. And I think it's the B-man. The B-man is the one that's got to set the internet straight. Don't get a mortgage. Don't go into debt. Don't buy a brand new car. It's a depreciating asset. Well, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? Right? If I don't buy a new car, I'm going to buy a used car that has problems with it, and it's going to break down when I'm in the highway. So then I'm going to have to buy another used car. So in the long run, used car, brand new, they kind of equal out. Well, here comes another jester on the internet mocking all of you who goes, well, you should lease. You shouldn't buy a used car. You shouldn't buy a new car. You should have leased, you dumb fuck. And it's like, you can't win with the internet. But we're all here on the internet because real life, I'd rather have the internet tell me what to do than people in real life. That's not to say, though, that I'm not aggravated with the internet telling me and you and the rest of us cheese doodles what we should be doing and dictating the rules of engagement. I'm here to tell you, make your own rules of engagement. Live your own life. Send that double text. Get that mortgage. Go into debt. Get debt free. How do you make money? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to make money, though. Do what you want to do. You want to drink a bottle of vodka tonight? I'd say drink a bottle of tequila because I'm more fun than you and I know tequila tastes better than vodka, but maybe you fancy vodka and it's cheaper. So it's actually drinking a bottle of vodka is more prudent than drinking a bottle of tequila. Again, the internet doesn't know that. So why are you listening to the internet? Drink whatever you want to drink, buy whatever you want to buy. Text when and how often and many times in a row as you want to. Slide into that DM. Buy that jet ski. Buy that boat. Get your pistol permit. Just don't shoot me. I'm beautiful. I can't be having holes in my body because of bullets. So if you're gonna buy a pistol and let's not get into that. All right, there's a lot of shootings going on, so I'm not gonna get into that. All I'm saying is, don't stop. I'm not telling you about the internet. The internet's got to calm the fuck down and just let people breathe. Let us live. Live and let live. Moving forward. This comes from the subreddit Sex Workers Cringe. GFE, is it weird? I am a sailor, and to be honest, after 2 or 3 months of being surrounded by nothing but the sea and usually a male-only crew, I like to get myself a girl, and usually I go for the girlfriend experience, GFE. Recently, I found myself wondering about how a sex worker would feel about it, especially one who is in a relationship. I know that it's more like foreplay act, but is it weird or pathetic when a guy asks for GFE, girlfriend experience? No, it's not pathetic. Because everybody knows what the girlfriend experience is and what it entails. Now, you don't have to be invested in the world of smut. You don't have to be a smut consumer. You don't have to be a sex worker. You could even be an anti-sex worker person. You're anti-prostitution at all levels. But whoever you are, if you're an adult, over the age of 18, barely legal, you're a good Samaritan. You don't watch pornography. You don't engage in any of that nasty stuff. You know what the girlfriend experience is. Hey, we all know what the girlfriend experience is. The girlfriend, I don't have to explain it to you. I will. because I don't know why. I don't know why I am, because you all know what the girlfriend experience is. If you're listening to someone right now, you probably already told them. The girlfriend experience is when the lady of the night stays overnight with you. You have a sleepover, like a girlfriend. Yeah, you come over at 7 p.m. and you leave at 7 a.m. This isn't just a 1 hour hanky-panky. You pay the Roach Motel by the hourly rate, in and out within 45 minutes. Go find yourself another client, another John. This is overnight. So it's not pathetic, because everybody knows what it is. So it's common. It's understood. There's really no explanation needed when you go to a prostitute, a lady of the night, and propose a girlfriend experience for whatever fee she demands for the girlfriend experience. Now, what would be pathetic is if you ask a lady of the night to perform some type of kink, some type of crazy act, either on you or on her, that the lady of the night has never heard of. Because the ladies of the night, they know everything about, and they know everything that's possibly available. They know everything on a resume. Any type of sexual act, they know what it is, and it's been asked of them to do. So if you go to a lady of the night and you ask to perform a kink or some type of weird act that makes the lady of the night go, "Wait, what? Excuse me? Say that again. Explain that one more time. What is that you're paying me to do?" When you kind of get that response from the lady of the night, like the crooked eye, come again? When you get to come again from a lady of the night, that's when you're pathetic. That's when you're an incel, you're a loser, you're a dweeb. That's when you got to go invest in a sex doll. When the lady of the nights are, come again, that's when you got to go get a sex doll. Like whatever it is you're into, it should not be done to a human being. That would be pathetic. But this isn't you. The girlfriend experience is a common request among the ladies of the night, or at least I don't know, but I assume, because I know what the girlfriend experience is. And the position you're in, like even the most ardent anti-sex work group member, even they would kind of have to agree with the loophole of, well, okay, if you're a guy and you're working off the Alaskan coast, or you're a Navy and you're working in a submarine for 3 months, you're a fisherman for 3 months in Alaska, and you haven't seen a female in 90 days. Like even the most ardent anti-sex worker, sex work person, you go, you know what, like, all right, if there's a subsection of Johns that should be allowed to use a sex worker, it's the Alaska fisherman or the Navy man who's been on a submarine. Even they go, you know what, like, I don't love it, but I understand. So that you do not be self-conscious. Like if anybody should be asking for the girlfriend experience without any shame or embarrassment, it's you. A guy who's been out at sea for 3 months, like you just said, and you haven't seen any babes. You forgot what they look like, what they smell like. So no, you're within your right of asking for the girlfriend experience if you have the money for it, and the lady of the night accepts the money, and you shake hands, pinky swear, and go out to whatever hotel room you're going to. As to the ladies of the night, do they like the girlfriend experience, or do they frown upon the girlfriend experience? I don't know. I have an ink in my ball sack. The feeling in my ball sack tells me the ladies of the night enjoy the girlfriend experience occasionally. It must be nice. If you're a lady tonight, to have maybe one night a month, every couple months, maybe every couple weeks. I'm not sure how often. It's probably different for each. Every lady tonight probably has a different preference with how often they want to give the girlfriend experience. Because let's be honest, if you're a lady of the night, you want the action. They're sleeping all night in a hotel room with some John. It's a nice reprieve. It's a nice little R&R from the action, from the front lines. It's probably an easier shift. Like the normal lady of the night shift, let's say it starts 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. You're probably going to 8 or 9 motel rooms, the back seats, alleyways. You're probably 10 Johns. Stuffing your sniz. That's very taxing on the body and on the soul to be with that many Johns in one night. So it's got to be a reprieve to have a guy just pay you for the entire night. But it's not all roses and crab cakes. Yeah, you don't have to run around town in back seats and be on the street or picking up your, answering text messages from potential Johns, making sales with your sniz and all that. So it's nice to be in a hotel room. But he is a John. So you're probably going to have to listen to him cry and talk about how his mother didn't love him, never gave him affection. His father used to burn out his cigarettes on his son's, forearm. So that's why he has all these marks on his forearm, and how his siblings disowned him because he gets ladies of the night. His aunt tried to molest him when he was 6 years old. All the chaos with this baby mama and custody battles. So you're going to have to hear all his drama. You're probably going to have to give him a Kleenex or two. All right. But again, Ben, that's probably less taxing than just getting a bunch of Johns humping you all night long. So my ball sack is telling me the ladies of the night enjoy the girlfriend experience. And my ball sack is also telling me they probably only accept to do the girlfriend experience with clients that they trust and feel somewhat comfortable with. Right? If you're an unfuckable, they're probably not going to agree to do the girlfriend experience with you. But you seem like a good John, so I'm sure you can find one like off the coastline that will help you out and give you the girlfriend experience. But again, the ladies of the night, they like that action. That's what drew them to the industry. If they wanted to be pretend girlfriend, they just become a high-end escort. But we're talking about ladies of the night. I like to run around town. It's fun. Cops and robbers. It's fun. Cowboys and Indians. It's all about the cat and mouse game. You don't really play the cat and mouse game when you're, telling your most inner secrets in some random hotel room in a good part of town. The ladies of the night are drawn to the wrong side of the tracks. Let's go look at something. Episode 241, segment 2. We're all out here stealing hearts and ice cream cones. That's what we're doing. We're running down the street. You got an ice cream cone, you got a heart. We're going to try to steal both in the same night. Sometimes it's fun. Making out. No hanky-panky. No P in V, P-I-V, or P in A. Or P in M. No letters going in the other letters. There's a nice makeout, a little sucky on the jiggler, a little strokey of Mr. Perfect or whatever you call your your companion down there, but nothing nothing egregious. And then you just share some ice cream, maybe before or after, and you go your separate ways. Maybe you meet up again. Maybe you send that double text and it actually works. Or maybe you don't. Or maybe it was a one night thing. Either way, that singular night, there's something to that. That's a bit more, I'm not saying as fun, but it's more comforting than doing the deed, fucking wherever or with whomever you're with. When you just make out, you kiss, you lick their neck, they lick your neck, they grab your back or whatever. And 5-10 minutes of that. And then, but nothing, you just go your separate ways. And what's so nice about it is you don't have to worry about STDs, pregnancies, cleaning yourself. It's just we did that. We walk away. There really was no risk. We enjoyed each other's company. We enjoyed each other's ice cream. Maybe you got black raspberry. Maybe I got cotton candy. I'm a little freaky like that. I love carnivals. So I'm always going to get cotton candy ice cream. I prefer cotton candy ice cream to cotton candy. What does that say about cotton candy? Not much. Not much at all. But that's just fun. You share some ice cream. A couple I'm not a cone guy. The ice cream cone is time restrictive. The ice cream cone gives me anxiety because I have to lick all the ice cream before it starts to melt over the cone onto my hand. I don't like stickiness on my hand. So the ice cream cone forces me to eat my ice cream, lick my ice cream quicker than I would like to. That's why I'm always a 2 scoops in a bowl. Thank you very much. Because I like to eat the ice cream at my own pace. If it melts, it's in the bowl. It's not getting on my hands. So yeah, just a couple scoops of ice cream in a bowl. We suck face, but no sucking of anything else. Maybe some jiggler, but nothing waist below. Maybe a little hand action, but not just over the pants, over the skirt, whatever you're wearing, and then we go our separate ways. And you're clear headed. Well, that was fun, but there's no worrisome that something might be permanent because of the fun you had. It was above board fun. So just think about that. Don't always push for more. Sometimes just a little sucky ice cream in a bowl, not a cone, and go your separate ways. Moving forward. All right. My mic is on. Okay. This is all about escorts. This entire episode 241 is about the escort lifestyle and the Johns that go after those escorts. So this comes from the subreddit Ask an Escort. Turns out the escort I contacted is my neighbor. I have seen escorts occasionally for the last year or so in the UK. Good for you. Helping out the local economy. I was looking to book a date with a provider who appears to be nearby. But to my surprise, she's so nearby, she works in the same block as I do, hoping she doesn't also live there. Should I still go ahead with the booking, or is it not worth the risk? Yes, it's worth the booking and it's worth the risk. I don't see any risk at all with this. This is the dream case scenario with an escort. Now, I am of the belief, I may have spoken about this before, but I am let me rephrase. I'm not anti OnlyFans, but I don't partake in OnlyFans. I don't subscribe to any OnlyFans because I believe OnlyFans is a pimp. They're a virtual pimp. When you subscribe to a babe's OnlyFans, a percentage of the money you give goes to the entity that is OnlyFans. So like the corporation is making money off of the babes, and I don't feel like my moral compass does not allow me to do that. So I won't partake in any OnlyFans subscriptions or babes or anything like that. Now, hey, if you want to do that, if you want to pay for OnlyFans, if you want to be an OF creator and make a living that way, hey, go ahead, live and let live. Look at what I'm doing. I'm no one to judge, even though I judge everybody. I am a judger. I'm just more of a support your local hooker escort. And, I'm all about support the local economy. And there's no better way to support a local economy than buying your hookers and escorts local, right? Buy the hooker at the corner. And so you're in the perfect position. You get to buy an escort and also help out a member of your community with her economic status by giving her money for her service, which is her sniz and maybe her asshole or whatever it is you're paying her for. So to me, this is win-win chicken dinner. It's win for you. It's win for her. See, you're kind of the thing with an escort is that you wanna know about the escort, but you don't want to know too much about the escort. But you also don't want to know not anything about the escort. So you're in the sweet spot right here. See, presumably you live in a nice community, a nice neighborhood. Maybe you live in a high-rise apartment with high-end amenities, a gym and library and all that jazz. So, and this escort, you've seen her on the block where you work, so you can assume that this escort shares a similar a lifestyle, same socioeconomic status as you. So if she's living on your block, there's probably a good chance that she's not a street hooker or a babe who's sharing needles and letting guys fuck her without a condom or sucking guys off without a condom for an extra $50. This is probably, she's probably as clean as an escort can be. And when I say clean, I mean as far as the STIs and diseases and all that and heroin marks. There's probably you can probably assume that this escort is not a heroin addict. That I would like to know that about my escort. I would like to know that my escort does not partake in using heroin needles and sharing needles. And since you live in a good neighborhood and your escort that you're thinking about getting lives in the same neighborhood, there aren't many heroin users on your block, are there? So chances be that your escort isn't doing heroin on her off days. So that you kind of you since she lives on your block or near you, she's doing okay in life. She's probably not a severe drug addict. I'm not saying she doesn't consume drugs and alcohol and pills, but she's not overindulging in them, at least not yet. And we don't care about the future because this is about the now. Absolutely. And you're supporting the local economy by getting a local escort. And you don't have to worry about driving far to get a hotel room. You could probably get a hotel room within walking distance of both of you. That's convenient to the both of you. So it's convenient for her. It's convenient for you. And what's better than after you pay for the escort sniz, you see her in public, or out and about, whatever. You're walking to work, grocery store, you're running errands, you're at the local pub, and you see the escort walking by, and you make eye contact. That give me a stiffy, the instant stiffy, knowing, wow, I just walked by the escort I paid for last week, and we made eye contact. To me, that humanizes her. See, you get any random escort, and she's a sexual object. You're using her for her body and all that jazz. But if she lives in your neighborhood and you see her walking around as well, They say, oh, she's a real person. Like she's living a real life just like I am. So that would make the experience even hotter for me. My Mr. Perfect would get even harder than he usually does for a local escort. Or no, sorry, for the local escort, Mr. Perfect would get even harder than he usually does. And then when you see her in public, like obviously you don't call it, hey, she's an escort. You just kind of, no, okay. You be respectful of her off the clock as she'll be of you off the clock. But seeing her in public and knowing that she knows you as you walk by, like that's hot. That's hot. That's what you want. That's what you want. And if you lay good pipe, you rearrange those insides of her, right? You make eye contact. You make love to her. Make her feel your soul. Maybe you convert this escort into a fuck buddy. And you don't have to pay. Or maybe you get a discount. And she lives on your block, so you just walk to each other. I mean, the options are limitless. If you lay good pipe, I don't know if you do or not. We're not here to get into that. But yeah, I see there are no negatives ordering a local escort that may live in your building. It saves you time, saves you money. It humanizes her. You see her in public, and if things go well, every appointment you have with her going forward it just makes it easier for both of you. So my advice, again, I'm just a guy in the internet. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you but I'm saying, hey, go for it. Why not? Hey, if you're going to give your money to an escort, you might as well give it to someone on your block. Somebody, someone who shares your blood, shares your lineage. Maybe not your blood, but like you're a townie, someone from your town. Help them out. Help out the local economy. Yeah, I really think the more I talk this out, the more you have to go with this local escort. And please come back, tell us, how was the experience? Go suck a fat one.